Hello and welcome to Sporting Brunch with Callum, Tom Fenton, James Phillips and Cameron O'Neill. Welcome to Sporting Brunch. We've got an updated format for this show, so we're going to just go straight in. Name and Twitter handle.
Tom Fenton 11.
At Jamie James.
At Mr. F1 _radio.
At Cameron O'Neill 1.
Okay, so I think we're going to go straight in with Formula One. We heard briefly on the last podcast that Bernie Ecclestone was planning to have an Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which is obscene to say the least. But so that's something that I think it's something to look forward to. It's going to be a street circuit. Anyone got any opinions on that?
So when you say street, do you mean, in fields and stuff, or a genuine city circuit?
Yeah, a genuine city street circuit.
Yeah, but Azerbaijan, though, really? I mean,
there's no audience there.
There's nothing.
It's just going to be one man, his camel.
It's monas. It's pure and simply money. I can't fathom it.
They say money talks.
They do indeed. I've got that on on my iPad, but I won't play it.
Anyway, we've got the Australian Grand Prix coming up this weekend. So if you were on my blog, theracing-line.weebly.com, yes, that is an official plug.
Hang on, sorry, continue.
So I'm going to give a quick run through of where I think the teams are at the moment. Mercedes, the car is very quick at the moment. It's also quite reliable. However, it's not 100% reliable just yet. And there are big rumours that the car is overweight at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No.
Get on a diet.
Leave it out, please.
Don't start.
These rumours of overweight are so big that their steering wheel has completely changed to take out a massive chunk.
When you say overweight, how could that affect it then?
Because they've got a minimum weight limit of what the car must be with the car and the driver in it. The teams want to be on this minimum weight limit. So Mercedes are apparently quite substantially over this weight limit. So they're shedding weight wherever they can, hence by taking a large chunk out of the steering wheel.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
So do you know how much they actually were overweight by? Or
it's only rumours, so the specific... We won't know until Melbourne.
Right.
McLaren, the car is also looking very quick and reliable.
Yeah.
They've got big updates during Australia, but I'm not sure if Button and Magnussen is a World Championship winning pairing.
Button's he can still do it. I think Magnussen's dangerous, but he's precarious. He's a young talent, isn't he?
I think Magnussen won't do it in this first season.
I think it'll be good, but I don't think the first season it'll be quite as good as
a couple of race wins.
Good, but not quite Carling.
Yeah.
You could say that, yeah. Plug in. Second of the day.
Yeah.
Keep tally.
Ferrari, the car is reliable, as we've seen, but the speed is still unknown. And the car looks a handful at the moment, especially for Kimi Räikkönen. And there is really, really strong rumours that the car is very thirsty on petrol. So they're having to do a lot of fuel saving at the moment.
Fantastic.
Yeah, possibly. Williams, the car is quick in Massa's hands. Not sure about Bottas. The car is looking very reliable. They've had the Martini sponsor that came in. And the team have easily improved from 2013.
Car looks good. I like the Martini stripes.
Yeah.
It's back. I saw a picture from a Top Gear post earlier in the week and it got different cars from different eras of racing with the Martini stripe on them.
Plug.
I think it's good to have Martini back in Formula One.
Indeed it is, yeah.
Force India. The car is quick. It has more or less good reliability, but the nose looks woeful. It's got a nice paint job and a really strong driver lineup.
Yeah, I think they could, with the drivers alone, I mean, they should do well, shouldn't they, really?
Yeah.
Who have they got as drivers for this season?
Hülkenberg and Perez.
Very strong indeed. I mean, that could be Ferrari or Mercedes easily, couldn't it?
I think Perez is... After what happened last year at McLaren, I think he's going to be a lot stronger this year.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
He learnt a lot last year. Mm-hmm. Sauber, the car and reliability is mediocre. It's not a great driver lineup. It's not going to set the world alight. I think they're going to be pretty similar to 2013, 2011.
I think they could really struggle. I mean, you look at the teams around them. Williams are going to be on fire. Who's their engine again? Sauber's?
Ferrari. Thirsty.
Could go either way then, I think. Definitely, yeah.
Marussia, the car is looking reliable. They're much quicker than Caterham at the moment. if they're reliable, they could reach the midfield and score points this year, which I think is a really good thing for the sport to finally see Kate Marusha up there in the midfield. Toro Rosso, the car looks good when it works. The nose is terrible. Promising lineup. They're most likely going to get the occasional Q3 and small points hauls. They've got the Renault engine. They've moved from Ferrari. It hasn't worked for them. Caterham, poor engine, poor nose, poor reliability, poor pace. The lineup slightly better than Sauber. The team is simply going backwards in my eyes, but they are changing their nose from that horrible anti-to kind of nose. They're going to the Tusk, the Lotus nose.
Oh god! Don't get me Lotus. I'm not a fan of their colour scheme or their car.
By Barcelona, we should see a new nose on the Caterham. Lotus, the car isn't reliable. They're weeks behind. The nose looks okay. Their pace is unknown due to the poor reliability. And finally...
Oh, here we go. James has gone already.
Finally, Red Bull. The car looks nice. Reliability is woeful. Pace is unknown. Major overheating issues. They will bounce back. They were too focused on 2013. I think they're similar to 2009 McLaren.
Okay, fantastic. So that is the big summary of F1. I think that'll do until Australia.
Yeah, I definitely think it will. I did have a point on Jack Villeneuve, but I think we can just skip over that.
Yeah, gloss over it. In fact, keep it for Mug of the Week.
Yes.
Or for the comment of the week. Keep
Yes. Yes.
Later on,
Hold your
guys.
proverbial horses.
Okay, if we move to football.
Yes, so football, it was a big weekend, as we know. Wigan Athletic winning 2-1 at Manchester City, the shock of the week, definitely. Some of the results. Chelsea 4, Spurs 0.
Spurs were woeful.
Samuel Eto'o is the biggest... I need a beep in here because I'm not a fan of Eto'o at all. But anyway, yeah.
Something I want to make a point of is Cardiff Fulham.
I was going to say that was the shock. You know, I haven't seen any of these games. I must apologise, but 3-1. Cardiff scoring 3 goals.
Yeah, it has to be said. Stephen Corker back. You know,
the only thing I can presume is that Tom Ince was hugely influential.
I don't.
Tom Ince.
Bloody hell! Go for the heart.
Oh goodness! Well, there's a clanger.
Stupid comment of the week.
Yes, stupid. Can't say that. No, I wanted to say Corker. Would you take him to the World Cup? Is he a centre back worthy?
No.
100%.
No.
You think? I'd say yes because we're short in that area. You think we're not taking Terry? We're not taking Curtis Davis. Why not take Corker?
Why would we take Curtis Davis?
He's very good, underrated, I think.
Corker should go to Manchester City.
Yes, or Liverpool.
He would improve that side, 100%.
Indeed.
I'll tell you who's been a real letdown this year. Martin Stecklenburg.
We all know he's rubbish.
No, he's not rubbish.
He's absolutely terrible.
For me,
Look, I do understand Bert van Marwijk being coach of Holland. He's picking him ahead of Krul and Vorm, especially in that first season for Vorm.
Krul's an
saving
amazing
anything he
stopper.
was.
Yeah.
Like a cat between the sticks.
But who saw the Wigan City game?
I missed it.
Oh, you know what? This is just so in depth.
I had the England game on, England rugby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
And I was watching Senna.
The England games, what do we make of the friendly against Denmark?
Well,
James has been very critical about the England team.
Absolute dirt.
I think Rooney has to get rid of Rooney right now. He's been so bad. But Lallana and Sterling bode well for the future, I think.
Point I'd like to make, you want to say get rid of Rooney. Who else have we got? We've got Danny Welbeck, Daniel Sturridge, and that's about it.
Think about
Ricky
it.
Lambert and Andy Carroll up front.
Play
the way forward.
Play a 4-3-3, yeah. You play Gerrard, Lallana and Henderson in the middle, yeah. You play Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Carroll or Sturridge up top. Rooney doesn't fit into the team. He's not a striker. He's not a midfielder. He doesn't fit.
I'm deadly serious. We should play 5-4-1 against Italy and Manaus.
Yes, go defensive.
Milner down the right. Downing down the left.
No.
Nolan in central midfield with Gareth Barry and then Andy Carroll up front. It's a winning formula. It's just a series of crosses, decent tackling, well, hopefully from Barry.
I think
and then we've got 5 defenders as well to counter what Italy have got. It would work.
I think that one for the first game would work quite well. But I think a point has to be made.
The problem is if you did go through the group, you then got Downing and Milner hindering around in the squad doing nothing.
Yeah, but I think Carroll is a way to go in the World Cup, And Nolan, he should have been in the England team for the last 5-6 years. Him and Carroll will be unstoppable. I think
2005 I'd have put him in. I'm putting it to 2012.
I just think it's such a waste because him and
Underrated
Carroll,
player, yeah.
Him and Andy Carroll could have been so good together for England, but you know,
It
never
could have been so good for
materialised.
West Ham if he wouldn't have been injured.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And then Nolan go for the voluntary red card Christmas break.
Yeah,
along with
okay.
Charlie Adam.
So let's make some predictions. Yeah, the 3 teams to go down, the champions, and the top 4.
3 teams go down. 100% Cardiff.
I'd still possibly agree.
Cardiff.
Fulham, it looks likely.
Yeah.
Cardiff and Fulham, I think.
Albion, who's saying?
I think Albion.
They've been
They've-
so poor lately.
Pepe Mel has been there 7 games, hasn't won one yet.
They've been
Average
so
points,
poor, yeah.
0.6.
Yeah, they're going.
They're in real trouble, the Baggies are.
Cameron, you haven't spoken in a while. Any?
As you probably know, I'm not football's biggest fan, but from what I can gather, my prediction for who will be going down is probably West Brom, Fulham, and possibly Cardiff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
Cardiff, 100%.
it's a common agreement. That. And champions then?
I'm gonna say Arsenal.
Oh, please give
I
it a
thi-
rest.
I think
Look at
it-
the next 4 games.
I
They're going
think
to be
it
out.
will be
of it.
Liverpool, but I want Arsenal to get it.
No, Chelsea. Oh, yeah.
Chelsea all the way.
Yeah. Mourinho's
They've got all everything sorted, really.
Mourinho's mind games did it
They're
because
just running like clockwork.
yes, you know, and when he said we're not in a title race, he took all that pressure off the players, didn't he? And he,
It's
you
just
know,
the front 4, you know. If
can't
Hazard's
stop
not playing well, Williams
Yeah.
playing well. If he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
playing well, then you've got Oscar.
has to be. Yeah.
Eto can chip in occasionally.
Are we all saying that Arsenal and Liverpool are going to make top 4? The
Easily.
Tottenham won't squeeze in.
Yeah, it's likely.
Yeah.
Tottenham's form is woeful. They shouldn't have got rid of AVB.
Yeah. Well,
They shouldn't have got him in the first place.
Tim
I
Sherwood
rate
has not
AVB.
got a clue tactically.
He's an arrogant swine.
He's so
Good
arrogant.
grief.
I don't like Tim Sherwood.
Yeah, he's arrogant. Simple as. Okay.
What
so,
his former teammate Tim Flowers has been appointed a coach at Kidderminster
oh,
Harriers.
plug.
Fantastic.
plug.
It's not a plug.
It kind of is.
Not really. Anyway, that does bode well for Harriers. We're on the up after losing our fantastic manager Andy Thorne, which I think deserves some applause.
If it works.
Plug. Anyone want to interject as to
I know-
plug of the week?
It is Mug of the Week next, but before I want to make a point of our Mug of the Week from the first episode was Andy Thorne. I think
Yes.
Kidderminster listened to us.
I think they've heard the calls of James. So yeah.
On the other 1,000 people at the games.
So yeah. Any plugs of the week?
I've got one.
Go ahead.
I think I had one. Come back to me. I forgot.
Ah, great professionalism. James,
What were you going for?
plugs of the week.
Plug of the week? Oh, I don't know.
This really hasn't worked out.
We are a lot more organised this week.
Well,
Right.
technically yes. Okay, gloss over that. Come back to it at the end. Callum.
Plug of the week. Well, I'd like to plug my website, the Racing Dash Line.
For the 3rd consecutive show.
The Racing Dash Line.
You only mentioned it twice as well.
Yeah. And the Travelling Cop. Check it out. I'm writing a preview for the next game. So.
I'd also like to plug BBC WM.
Oh yes, for their continued support.
Yes,
Hang on.
What support?
we've had some great feedback about the format of the show.
Genuinely.
Well, not
Yeah.
great. I wouldn't
Well,
say.
improvements. That's why we've got a new format for the
Thank
show.
you so much. We all pay so much attention to your comments.
Yep. Anywho,
Right.
let's move on to the Six Nations. Of course, the biggest sporting event of the weekend, England Wales. Cameron.
Personally, I don't think I'd agree with that.
Oh,
yes, it is the biggest rivalry in rugby between
Yes.
England and Wales, but I don't think it was the biggest match.
No, I mean in terms of an event, you know.
Oh, biggest event, yeah.
And how it was
you're on the right lines there.
publicised.
My surprise of the surprise of the weekend for me was when Scotland were playing France.
Yeah.
They when you looked at all the match stats, they should have won that game.
Yeah, I know.
And but yet they lost from a
Kidderminster Harriers should have won against Wrexham.
Hang on a minute. We're not on football anymore, mate.
No, but Scotland should have won that game. You look at all the stats. They had more possession. They had more carries, more tackles.
I didn't even watch the game, but they do have Duncan Weir.
Yeah, but right, France are the
Absolute
biggest.
liability.
France are the biggest conundrum in sport. I mean, one week they're world beaters, the next minute they nearly lose to Scotland. I mean, they're just,
So the thing is, the Scotland game was Dusan made one final penalty in the last
Yeah,
2
to win
minutes
it,
of the game, and he just took them 3 points up and gave them the win.
Callum.
But even though France have just scraped against Scotland, they could still win this Six Nations.
No,
You
I think
can't
it's
rule them
Ireland's to lose now. for me.
It's because this Six Nations is going to come down heavily to the last game of the season. It's going to come down to the last game of the
It's
championship.
Ireland
But
v
yeah.
France.
I know,
It's
but-
Ireland v France at the Stade de France.
Yeah, but can you see?
It's going to be difficult for.
No,
Better
I
stay
think
than
they'll
the
win.
Aviva, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
hate
go with
it.
that.
What is going on with that stupid bloody side?
Oh, it's so ridiculous, isn't it?
And
What
you
is
got-
the point? I don't
You
understand.
got about 25,000 in each. They're a tiny little.
Yeah.
It's just.
I hate
but-
it. This is like St
Absolute
James, the
eyesore.
Sports Direct Arena.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lansdowne Road,
Yeah.
not Aviva.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, guys.
There's a plug there.
Another-
Mike Ashley will be pleased.
Indeed, yeah. More publicity.
But no, there is a full lineup of all the games on the website. The England Wales game will be up later today.
Yep.
But another thing I want to talk about is the Italy Ireland game.
Yes.
That was a very strong game by Ireland, but they were up against the Italian defence was very strong all the way through the first half. But after that first half, they slipped and they lost their energy and they lost their aggression.
The thing is, I can't see England winning it now because I think Ireland will go to France and win. Not convincingly, but I think they'll win. And I can't see us getting 40-odd points against the Italians in Italy. I can't see it happening.
That remains to be seen. But
dunno.
it will come down heavily. But all that happens is all Ireland need to do is lose.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
lose that game, England have got the Six Nations.
Essentially, yeah.
As it is, England have already got the Triple Crown. That's the first time we've won it since I think 2003.
Which is not too bad.
Rugby World Cup winning, yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed,
yeah. And that's coming.
Good
That's
omens.
coming next September.
I'm going to it.
2015.
Yes.
As am I.
Cannot wait. Anyway, so
If we want to talk about the IPTL Tennis League, we have done some further research into it this week. We're just going through it really
just
quickly.
a quick gloss over because I've got my NBA stuff to do. So
Yeah, okay. So Andy Murray is going to be playing for Team Bangkok in the first season. The Wimbledon champion will play against. He'll play alongside Joe Wilfried Tsonga, Victoria Azarenka, in the tennis version of the cricket's Indian Premier League. The matches are scheduled for a 17-day period in November and December, although much of the tournament's finances still to be put in place. Nadal, Serena Williams and Pete Sampras have also been drafted. The competition is due to be played in Singapore, Mumbai, Dubai and Bangkok, with each of the four cities being represented.
well, why is it called the IPL then or IPTL if it's not in India? Well, if it's not
Two of the.
well, yeah, but why Bangkok?
Bangkok's in Thailand and Singapore's in China.
He's got it there.
They're
Singapore is an independent country.
I don't believe it is. I think
No, it is. Yeah, it
It
is.
is,
It
it
is.
is.
Is it
Singapore
an
Grand Prix.
Politics again.
It is an independent country.
Putin wouldn't mind his hands on it.
Hey,
Don't start-
politics
stop
once more.
Don't bring it in.
Matches will be played best of 5 sets, each in a different format.
Callum,
including-
I'll be honest. I don't think the listeners mind too much about the format.
I really don't think most people actually understand tennis.
It's men and women's singles and mixed doubles and men's legends.
Legends. Who are the legends?
I know, why isn't Mansour Barami on there?
Oh, have you seen him play?
he's
I've seen him play
terrible.
live. Oh wow, he is awesome.
All the time.
That's why someone like Pete
Henri
Sampras.
Lecomte, for that matter.
That's why Pete Sampras has been
Yeah,
put in.
Pete Sampras isn't that entertaining.
He's not too bad.
Well, he's
They need-
not dull, but.
They need
compared to
John
someone like
McEnroe.
They do indeed. Okay.
Give him a wig. Give him a wig.
Oh yeah, so NBA time, just a little roundup. Yeah, don't laugh, please,
A little
James.
interlude.
Indeed. Just a little summary. So Miami Heat, of course, the current champions, lost to Chicago, 95 points to 88. No other star in that game. A weekend of shocks in the NBA as Oklahoma, second in the Western Conference, lost to bottom of the league LA Lakers. Big shock there. And I'm not going to mention that. Detroit, 111.
Raise your hands for Detroit.
Indeed. Well, not this time they lost. To Boston Celtics, 118. Rajon Rondo, 18 assists, back to his best. Portland, 113 to Houston, 118. Man of the match to James Harden, who got 41 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists and 6 steals, equaling, would you believe it or not, Michael Jordan's the only person to do that in history, so a very good performance by him. The Phoenix Suns lost to Golden State. Indiana Pacers, who were first in the Eastern Conference, lost. Yeah,
That's the one I'm on. I'm putting that in.
plug. Lost to the Dallas Mavericks. So a little summary of these tables. Indiana stay top despite losing. 46 wins to 17 defeats. Miami's bad run leaves them second. Chicago stay up in fourth in the East, and New York now up to just 2 places away from the playoff spot. And in the West Conference, San Antonio Spurs lead the way. Oklahoma second after defeat. OKC. And Houston are now in third, with the LA Clippers, of course, with Blake Griffin in them, are fourth.
Well, thank you, Tom, for that NBA roundup. I've just got before we move on to Mug of the Week, I've got a big plug of the week for Danny Ings.
Yes, England call up, please.
He is
Yes.
Not too sure about that.
No, definitely. He's so good.
He secured Burnley's first win against rivals Blackburn for 20-something years.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's time for Mug of the Week.
That's brief. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The first of three features, go on.
Ignore my comment. I was going to liken him to the fantastic David Nugent. You know, he got his big money move to Portsmouth. Absolute flop.
No, right. But let's say this right. Next season in the Premier League, the likelihood is we'll have David Nugent and Danny Ings both in the Premier League.
Delightful.
But you know what I mean? I think that they're going to prove people wrong. So
Not to
I
mention the
cannot
fantastic
wait.
Shola Amiobi.
Yes, I cannot wait for that. England front three. Okay. Anyway, so
Tom, your nomination for Mug of the Week?
I'm going to go for Tim Sherwood for his outlandish comments about his team. He is arrogant, as James rightly said, and he is also very, very, very stupid and not very knowledgeable.
Tactics.
Yeah, he's got no idea of the game. And another Mug of the Week will go to Daniel Levy for hiring him.
Yeah.
What's a dick? Just go for it. Just go.
I don't know.
You can talk about the England game if you want.
Yes.
Wow, Mug of the Week. Roy Hodgson, surely.
What, Al, man?
Yeah.
Come on, leave it out.
Terrible decisions, some of them.
Yes, for not dropping Wayne Rooney, I'd say that.
Wayne Rooney's now. He's now one of he's the most paid footballer in England football.
There's the Mug of the Week. David
it's
Moyes.
ridiculous.
Yes.
In Moyes we
For
trust.
offering the Shrek £300,000 a week. £100,000 more than Luis
They're
Suarez.
getting a bit of money, aren't they?
Well, who knows? Anyway,
My nomination for Mug of the Week, Kyle Walker.
how so?
Because, it was down to Tim Sherwood's tactics to play him on the right side, attacking right midfield against Chelsea.
Yeah.
But his header for the fourth goal.
No, Vertonghen his back pass for the Eto'o goal. Goodness me.
It was.
There's a few contenders in that Spurs team for Mug of the Week, I must say.
Cameron, your nomination for Mug of the Week?
Mine, I'm just trying to find it now because I forgot the name. But it was the referee of the England-Wales game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
He was an absolute clown.
What country is he from?
He was French.
Oh, what a shock.
Was it?
Roman what?
Thank you, James.
Maybe.
Thank you.
I'm
That's
guessing.
Brilliant knowledge.
Yeah, he's an absolute clown. Doesn't have a clue what he's doing.
What?
He's one of the stupidest referees in rugby.
Yes, I'd agree.
No Welsh line-out was straight yesterday, and he didn't pick
They
it
never
up.
are. They never are.
Okay,
There's
so
never a metre between the teams anymore.
next
He's
feature,
stupid.
stupid comment of the week, and we're all in unison in saying this quote from.
It's not really of this week. It wasn't made, but
yes.
I've seen someone put it on Instagram, and that is from Carlos Puyol, the retiring Barcelona player.
Yes.
Shola, as in Shola Amiobi. Shola was the greatest player I ever played against. No striker will ever come close.
Oh, fantastic.
I've just lost so much respect for Carlos Puyol just for that comment.
Okay, performance of the week. Any sport, any team, any individual.
I'd like to point out Mike Brown for his excellent work, excellent job as fullback on Sunday.
Indeed.
Excellent carries, excellent. He managed to avoid how many defenders was it? It was more than about must have been about more than about 20.
Mm-hmm.
He was an absolute brilliant player, and he deserves this.
Fantastic.
I've got two. Sheffield United for their incredible performance in the FA Cup. They're into the semis.
Yes, I'd agree. Yes.
And Jay Rodriguez, Southampton. Or is it Gaston Ramirez? I think it's Jay Rodriguez.
Who knows?
All foreigners, really.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's time to close the show with two-word tango. I think we're going to have time for the one.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, 5 minutes. Okay.
So, and it is
I'm limbering up.
teams in the top 30 FIFA World Rankings.
Aha.
Can James make it 5 in a row?
Let's hope not.
Yes, let's hope not.
Wow, chance
So,
to
Oh, God.
Tom, you ready?
No. I need to...
So we're going Tom, me, Cameron?
Yeah.
So people are ranking top 30, is it?
Top 30.
Top 30. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Off we go.
Brazil.
Argentina.
Germany.
Belgium.
Denmark.
Spain.
Netherlands.
Uruguay.
I don't have a clue. I'm out.
Oh, dear me.
You see my lack of
How
knowledge
many
of
have gone now?
football,
How many have gone
listeners.
How many have gone? Spain 1, Germany 2, Argentina 3, Uruguay 4, Brazil 5, Netherlands 6, Belgium 7, Denmark 8.
Right. Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, no. I need to get my head
Tom.
back on the ground.
Go on, Tom.
Shit.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Colombia.
Italy.
Ecuador.
Portugal.
Yes.
England.
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Oh,
Hey, it's gone!
gone.
I've won one! I've won! Yes!
I've already gone.
I have won a 2-word tango,
James,
and there's 3
actually-
minutes 39 to
James
go.
actually lost a 2. I think
So,
it's amazing.
Callum, I've won.
I forgot the Switzerland there.
Yeah, the list from 1 to 30 went Spain, Germany, Argentina.
Hey, bloody Verdi!
Yeah, they've been kicking ass, man.
I mean, I know that they've got some quality players. They've got Luis Suarez.
Yeah, the other one, the other one.
Suarez.
Listeners, you should have seen the reaction to James' reaction to the news in this.
Well, no, because I can remember on Football Manager 2008, I
Oh,
took over the Cape Verde Islands. They were ranked about 170 in the world. You can do that with Belgium as well. They were at 93 in the world.
Yes.
Hazard,
Guess who
Vossen.
are number
Emil and
30?
Penza. What?
Guess who was 30?
Nigeria.
Armenia.
Whoa, they
They
changed
got
a lot.
Mkhitaryan.
Oh, great player.
And Aratvaz Karamyan.
You know what? Yeah, we've got time for one more round. I'd say.
Rod, and I've got one here,
I can reclaim my victory.
Yes. Okay. So Cameron.
and it is Wimbledon World Champion.
Grand Slam champions.
No.
No. Wimbledon World Champions from 1877. That's covering both the first era and the open era of the tournament.
We're only going to have time for one go, so let's go for it.
Okay. Are you starting?
I'll start.
Oh shit.
We apologise for Tom's language there.
Sorry, guys.
Let's go.
Go. Andy Murray.
Navratilova. Martin.
Pete Sampras.
Novak Djokovic.
Rafa Nadal.
Goran Ivanisevic.
Ah, you.
Roger Federer.
Azarenka.
Rod Laver.
Ooh.
Beyond Borg.
Serena Williams.
This is gentleman's Tom.
I said Azarenka. I said Azarenka twice.
And Navratilova.
Yeah. Oh, this game's this is a shambles,
no.
guys. An absolute shambles.
Thomas said 3 females.
I know.
Boy, come on. Start again, me and Cam.
What? I'm still in this, man.
Hold on, I lost the flipping thing.
Oh, you know what? You two just go. You two just.
Yeah. I can't.
Perry.
Oh, come on.
Boris Becker.
Hey.
John McEnroe.
I don't know.
Oh, that's it.
Claims the proverbial.
5 to James, 1 to me.
And none to me or Callum.
Oh.
Damn. Thank you for listening to episode 3 entitled #3rd-time-lucky.
Get that trending, guys.
Yeah, we will be back. We will be back next Monday. We'll be back next Monday. Follow us on Twitter at sporting_brunch. We are on our website is thesportingbrunch.wordpress.com.
SoundCloud. You'll find us on Spreaker, obviously.
Yeah, and we're on
Email
YouTube
us your
as well.
thoughts.
Yeah, any.
Any feedback is well appreciated.
So thank you for listening, guys. Goodbye.